politically in the judiciary more than me. I won an election. Somebody else was pronounced. I stayed in court for 3 years. Everybody thought it was impossible. And I won the case. Am I right? I didn't give them anything. I sent it to the NBA. I didn't give them any money. They were even being asked by the governor, and I insist. I was impeached. He asked me why I was impeached. No, it's good, sir. He asked the question. I was impeached for 3 reasons. When I became governor, the office of the governor was consuming about 30 to 35% of our budget. Education wasn't even getting 10%. So I decided it was wrong, and the office of the governor will not get more than 5%. That was the reason of stopping even office of first lady and everything. We had 3 projects. The first project is that when I became governor, we had an issue with the office of the governor, his office. There was something that happened with my predecessor, and he was burned. So was the launch where the governor was supposed to live. And they were building a place for the presidential launch, as well as saving money. So while that I became governor, they have actually budgeted and awarded contracts for these projects. But because we have no money, I decided we will no longer do it like that. We are going to do it through direct level. So I will discuss it with the people. But people who were supposed to benefit from it was mine. Number 1 was my office. The budget for it when I became governor was 298 million naira. I did everything with 43,200,000. Because we didn't have the money again. And everything was very good. I bought everything new. I always said the only thing I didn't buy new was table. The table I used to write. Because the governor before my predecessor had a table he used, which they packed somewhere. And when I saw it, I told them, table is table. It's just to write. You don't need to buy a new one. They just polish it and bring it. And I used it for 8 years. It didn't spoil. I didn't have it. So they were not happy. Number two item was the issue of my lodge, where I lived. They had a budget to refurbish the office for 486 million naira. It was a lot of work. But we did everything, including the furnishing, with 81 million naira. Because they had to buy, Nigerians and their confusion at times. They had to buy a designer bed, and this, that, all sorts of things, which they were to import. But I said no. There must be somebody that can do bed in Oka. Bed is bed. It doesn't matter. There's something I tell people about sleeping. If you have a reason to be awake, no matter the type of bed they give you, will be awake. If you have to sleep, you can sleep there. So I said, oh my God. We do not have to import bed. There must be somebody in Oka that can do bed. The man who did the bed in Oka, Udaja, go today, is employed over 100 120 persons. I told him, I said, okay, come and do bed here. The one leather seat, is it not seat covered by leather? Find leather and cover all these things and let's move on. And that was it. So that became a problem. We were building presidential lodge in Oka. Every state in Nigeria has presidential lodge. The president doesn't live in Oka. So why are we going to build a house? And I canceled it. I stopped it. If you go there, it's still like that where I stopped it. So these are the problems I had. That these are the items that made me. So we insisted.
My apologies, Your Excellency. Can we please, this is the oldest Nigerian known in the entire Canada. That's far outdated. Please, can we just give him a round of applause? Far dated is 102 years. He said he must come see His Excellency Peter Obi. He isn't feeling too strong, but he insisted that he must leave his house, even though he was advised not to. Thank you very much, Badate. Can we take him to his seat? Please take Badate seat.
Thank you for everything.
Please, can we take our seats? Badate will take his seat now.
Everything, you see everything why this our project must not fail. Yes. You could see the pain and the sacrifice of people like this. For him alone, it will be an abomination for anybody to fail the country. So like I was saying, the third thing was the issue of we are building federal we are building the presidential lodge. And I stopped it and said the president doesn't live in Oka. I will never live in Oka. And you heard my story with Vasanjo. Because eventually that year, after just before I was impeached, Vasanjo said he's going to come to Oka. And I went to him, I went to his office, and I said to them, the president doesn't need to sleep in Oka. He's the president of Nigeria. He can come in the morning and go in the evening. But the president said he was going to come to Oka for 3 days. And that was very simple. I went to his chief of staff, told his people, since the president has insisted he's going to come to Oka for 3 days, I have a lodge. I've just finished. That's where I live. You come and inspect it. If it's good, I'll vacate the place for 1 month. When he goes, I'll come back. And they were very nice to me. They were very nice to me. They said yes. So they came and inspected it and said it's very okay. Of course, turned to my wife and said, sorry, no women, only my wife have property in the house. I said, so you pack your thing because somebody is coming to stay here after we come back. That lodge was supposed to cost us about 600 to 700 million, and I'm sure by now it would have been completed. But it cost me 105,000 in hotel for the 5 days that I stayed in that hotel. So I paid. That was it. And then the final one was I was saving. Under the constitution of Nigeria, you are not allowed to save money. You will be shocked, yes. So I started saving. I said we can't finish everything. We must save. So that was why I was impeached. But again, that impeachment was God sent. Yes. Because without that impeachment, I wouldn't have been governor of Anambra State for 8 years. Because that case, when the judges in the Supreme Court and everywhere saw it, after that case, when I went for tenor interpretation between me and Andrew, it was the fastest case ever decided. Because I believe I was right. But you know, I didn't have to give anybody anything. So, that's it. So, it is same thing where I was impeached. So, all that I'm talking about, issue of judiciary. Judiciary is not as bad as people think. We don't have a bad judiciary. We have sophisticated, intelligent people in judiciary. All we need is to encourage them. When I was governor, our magistrates don't have car. How can you ask somebody who is giving judgment that can even condemn somebody to death not to have a car? Some of them are owed their salary. You can't do that. So you have to pay them. You have to do the right things. And these things are happening when the leaders are busy, that's the drinking, and wasting everybody's time. So judiciary is not a problem. Issue of security, I've said it, we don't have any problem with security. Grooming mentors. Grooming the ones that will follow you or being mentoring the other ones. Let me assure you, there's nothing there. If you do the right things, people will learn. I'm only here speaking to you because I know you can contribute in this change. Otherwise, I won't come here. But I know that these people here can change Nigeria. Societies are not changed by millions of the people. Because millions of people are changed by a tiny group of people. And that is why I'm looking for diasporans. No other candidate is doing what I'm doing. Because I know that place, the change won't come from there. Change always comes from external. Because they can see the rock in and they fix it. So it is people here that I need to work with me to bring change. And they can hold somebody responsible. They can stop. When you are talking about good governance, cutting costs of governance, you are the people that can make it happen. Because you can tell anybody who is the leader in Nigeria, you're wrong. It's not paying your bill. You don't need to see me here. I'm not giving any of you money. So, you can tell me anything you want to tell me. And that's what I'm encouraging our people to do. Rather than what I recall when I was governor, when I was listening, I I went to America, and our people were busy showing me where people bought houses. I said, you can't do that. With whose money are we going to use to buy that house? I don't live in Canada. I don't intend to leave. I made up my mind when I left the UK that I'm going to Nigeria to go and die. That's where I want to. I'm not talking about my children. I told them, make up your mind where you want to live. But we will go and change that place. And I'm committed to it. So for me, anybody who thinks, oh, there's a magic I can do and I'll come here and buy a house. No. Let Canadians, and those of you who live here, buy a house here. Because it's good that you live well here. Those of us from Nigeria, don't encourage them to come here. Once it's a government person, if he didn't buy it before he gets into government, don't allow him to buy it. If he comes there to buy it, call police. That's how we will encourage and stop corruption. So that's the final one. We will group them by doing the right thing.
Your Excellency, thank you very much. We have more questions. You want me to go on? So we're going to be doing the final 5 questions, Your Excellency. All right, and this is from Esiogene Kenneth Agbosi. And the question is, when you become president of our great nation, Nigeria, when you become president of our great nation, Nigeria, could you please lower your hand? When you become president of our great nation, Nigeria, are you open to confederation? This is from Kevin, from Clement Wekwe. What guarantees will the diasporans have that if they bring their investment and business to Nigeria, they will operate in a secure and safe environment? As governor of Anambra, you rule a mono-ethnic state. How can you rule a multi-ethnic country like Nigeria and involve all ethnic nationality? This is from Bonksi, from Taraba State. Then this is from the streaming from the YouTube. Why have you not appointed a spokesman or a spokeswoman? And this is from Robert Tofa. And another one from YouTube says, if you become the president, how are you going to build a lot of hospitals in Abuja and Lagos? Are you also going to fight for free health care in Nigeria as well? And this is from Nike. Thank you, Mr. President.
Okay, that's 5 now, the fire 5. After that, let's ask this question. Healthcare, hospitals. Are hospitals in Canada free? Huh? You don't pay insurance?
Healthcare is free now.
Thank you. One minute. Okay, let me help you. Health is important everywhere. We will fund health because health is wealth. We will fund it with a combination of ensuring that people are productive, paying taxes, which we will use to fund health, and also a combination of health insurance. That's what happens everywhere. But it's not government that is owing everything. It's a combination of government and private. And that is where you come in. Let me give you an example. Showing you one that worked. I was in Atlanta and I read about a Nigerian doctor that is doing heart surgery. He's one of those best Nigerian doctors, the doctor that are doing heart surgery while the heart is pumping or something like that. And when I read, I didn't know who the person was. But I read about him. And I called him. And I said, who are you? He told me where he came from. He happened to have come from Anambra State. And I said, Dr. John Willow, can I ask a favor? If I go to your village and build a health center, a health center, can you come there and be doing surgery that you're doing in America? He told me, if you can build it, I'll do it for free. I'll be coming twice a year. And I asked him, can you do the design of the hospital? And he did everything and told me it's going to cost about 250, 300 million naira then. And I wrote the check and gave it to a hospital in their village owned by the church. I said, this is the check. We must build a health center here where this man promised he'll bring the equipment and it's coming there. Go and ask everybody now about the Willow Health Center in St. Joseph Hospital in others.
That is my
It's unbelievable. You don't know about it.
Verify.
So, you can do it. We'll deal with the issue of health, I can assure you. On the issue of spokesperson, Labour Party have a spokesperson. Peter Obi campaign has spokesperson. For now, we want to hear the candidate. We don't want to hear the spokesperson. We are not voting for the spokesperson. We want to hear the man we are going to vote. Let him come here and answer questions. It is this process that has been confusing us. So when the man goes into office, I've traveled to several countries, finding out what is going to happen. You know why? Nigeria is the only place you vote somebody. He start telling you what you saw when you got in there. What were you seeing when you were campaigning? So this is the time to see everything. So when you go, you start work. Now when you go there, that's what they're telling us now. What we saw when we get there. We didn't hire. If the company was good, would you hire a new managing director? You are hired because it wasn't going well. And you now came and started telling us about what you saw. When you go for interview, you are supposed to know what the problem is. I know the problem of Nigeria. I was telling somebody today in the plane. He said, let me tell you, where are you going to get the revenue? He said, Peter, when I told him about it, I said, first 3 months, from January 1 to April 30 this year, the federal government of Nigeria revenue is 1 trillion 630 billion. The expenditure is 4 trillion, 720 million. A deficit of 3.1 trillion. He said to me, he asked me, Peter, how are you going to cope? I said, I know all this. That's what I'm going to solve. You stop the bleeding. That's why you stop the stealing. I know all this. There's nothing we can do. So what is going to do? I said, we will cut cost of governance. We will borrow money. But the first war that we're going to have when I start is that all borrowed money is for investment, not for consumption. If you want consumption, you produce it. Just like I said, soon, diasporans will send money for investment, not for consumption. You know, they are not funeral directors, so they cannot continue to send money for burial and ceremony. It must be for investment. So that you can start using money. We are not against you supporting your people. You must do it. But they too have to produce something. To help what you're doing here is a win-win for everybody. I think that's issue of multi-ethnic society. You live in Canada. Canada is multi-ethnic.
It is.
Why is it working? It's working because of good governance. And everybody knows that here, people's talent and hard work match up their opportunity. Once you create a level playing field, issue of multi-anything goes. Because if you work hard and you're too intelligent and everything, you make money. All those people we are calling in America, the problem in Nigeria is that you see somebody without a daytime job, no office, no nothing, living like a star. When those who are working hard cannot eat. That's what we want to reverse. We will change it. All these things will kill multi-ethnic society. We'll take this one as the last one, and we'll stop.
Okay. Bring the gentleman up here. Bring him up here. That would be the last question for the night. I will move to the next. Keep your question precise.
Good evening, Mr. Obi. Mine is not a question, it's a request. I flew in, I don't live in Toronto, just like you. I flew in because of this event. I'm asking for 20 minutes of your time to show you something that I think is very important to your campaign. It's not for public consumption. So I just request, give you 20 minutes. Thank you, sir.
I have a question.
Hello? No, we have finished this session.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
let me once again.
I really want to ask that question. I read something. They won't let somebody talk. You see me that I have the question here.